To East Malaysia to meet these amazing Sabahan and Sarawakian ladies is definitely going to be a long-lasting memory. From the roots of Mount Kinabalu to the lullabies of Semban Ring ladies, I'm Karishma. Join me in a mystical journey in search of the evergreen and still existing tales of the legends of Borneo. Was once a bustling town, but constant flooding forced many residents to move to higher areas. After Kuching Bau bypass was built, Seniawan was almost forgotten. More than a century-old town, Seniawan is a two-row street made up of antique wooden shop with historical and cultural heritage values. Hi viewers, I'm Karishma and this is Legends of Borneo. A lady with a guitar singing her emotions out with well-defined lyrics is an inspiring sight. That's what happens in Kuching every time when Kedzu stands in front of the crowd to perform her songs. Just turning 19 this year, she has already written 20 songs waiting to be released. And she is our next guest in Ethnic Warrior. Kuching singer Kedzu. She's a very shy person off stage, but today I'm going to make her share her stories with us. So hi Kedzu, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, Kedzu, thank you. So tell me a little about yourself, your origins and your background.
Well, my full name is actually Dayang Leila Iman binti Abang Muhammad Reza. It's very long.
Exactly.
Yes. But I am also known as Kedzu. And I am born and raised in Kuching. I am currently studying here also, and everything is right in Kuching, my home.
So Kedzu, as a very young singer, when did you actually explore the passion in singing?
Well, it first started when I was around maybe 7 or 8 years old.
That's really young.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of movies, and I found out about this one movie called Camp Rock. And it's about singing and how this girl was trying to get noticed and all that. And it just inspired me.
So Kedzu, I'm really curious to know, what kind of genre do you usually pick and what kind of songs do you perform on stage?
Well, the genres that I usually pick is usually based between indie and R&B and sometimes a little bit of pop and jazz.
Yeah. Why is that?
Mostly because I think my voice really suits some genres, you know.
So I believe you write your own songs, right? So I'm just curious to know what inspires you to do so.
The things that inspired me is love and emotions. Emotions as in like sadness. Because singing and music helps me to get through my day. It's really comforting. So the words that I cannot say through my mouth, I would sing it, you know.
So in that case, how many songs have you written so far?
How many songs have I written?
Yeah.
I guess I could say about 20.
Wow.
But, you know, I haven't released all of them yet.
So Kedzu, I'm really curious to know, what are your plans in your musical venture?
Well, after I finish my studies, my STPM, I plan on, you know, releasing my songs and maybe collaborating with other musicians also.
All right, and when are we looking at?
Probably around 2020.
2020,
yeah.
So apart from being a singer at a very young age, I believe that you're giving a platform to other talents as well. So can you tell us more on that?
There's this platform, it's called Open Mic Kuching. It's not just me. It was first started by my friend, and his name is Bratak. So he started at Amli's Diner right here. And then one day I came to perform here. My friend kind of forced me to, but I'm glad she did.
Yeah.
So, and then they were like, like come on over and we'll do
gather
something.
the other talents as well.
Yeah. So it's not just me. There's other people also, and hopefully that this will break down the ice that many musicians face as they're kind of scared to break down their walls.
So Kedzu, I have a humble request.
Yes.
Would you like to perform for us today?
That will be an honor.
Lovely. Then I'd love to see you perform.
So today I'm gonna sing an original. It's called Moon Plus Stars. Look at the skies, the stars and the moon reminds me of us. I love you so much. We're miles away. You're my home. I need you to stay. Tell me, how did you make me fall again? Fall again. Sing to me a song you wrote just for me. Just for me.
Wow, Kedzu, you sound amazing. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us and also for performing for us today. It was really amazing to have you as our guest in Ethnic Warrior because you're really young. And thank you again for being our guest.
Thank you guys so much, and I'm really honored to be here with you guys.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah. And I just want to say to all the musicians out there, you guys just keep doing what you love, man. And don't be afraid to go out there and explore.
Wow, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Karil Danish and I'm friends with Kedzu. I've known her for quite a few months now. She's a very happy-go-lucky person. It's just amazing how she can come up with a new song within just a few minutes or just a few days.
In Sanskrit language, Tanuti means weaving. As one of the pioneers in the weaving industry, Indians are frontrunners in the textile industry globally even today. Inspired by this, Jacqueline from Kuching has named her weaving factory and her gallery as Tanuti House. Let's get to know more about her in our next segment, You're the Woman. Here I am in this wonderful gallery called Tanuti House, which has more to it than what meets the eye. Just like our special guest today, Jacqueline Fong. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jacqueline. So tell me a little about yourself, your origins and your background.
I'm born here, actually at the General Hospital, and I studied primary school here, and for secondary school I was in a boarding school in Australia, and then I went to university in the UK. I studied law in the University of Bristol, and I was in the UK for 3 years, and right after that I started work. But I worked in a bank, and it was 2015 that I left my career to focus on my little business here.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jacqueline, when you say business, may I know what is it about?
Actually, all my life I've always done what I wanted to do, and I never had any qualms about doing anything beyond what I like.
Okay.
I started my first business as in a hotel. I had an idea of what hotel I wanted, and I built it.
Yeah.
It was really funny. So, but I did this while I was still working. Thereafter, we got to find out that there was a workshop of weavers that was about to close. I didn't really like the fact that skilled weavers would be losing their jobs. So we decided to set up a company, and it was March, and April was their last day of their salary, and then May we started taking over a small workshop of weavers, and now it's Tanoti. Tanoti is a Sanskrit word meaning weave.
All right.
And we believe that it was the Indians who brought this gold brocade to the Malay archipelago from Indonesia and Malaysia. And we believe that it started because of the trade routes since the 7th century. And this technique of weaving still exists now by way of songket. So we want to pay homage to the Indians who actually brought the fabric here. And that's why we call this company Tanoti.
So Jacqueline, may I know what's the main motive of Tanoti House?
Tanoti actually existed, as I told you, because we urgently needed to keep these weavers employed. But the vision and mission has changed since then. It struck me as something that Tanoti could do. Tanoti could be a platform to help women in rural and remote areas earn money from their craft. And our journey is very, very long, but we are starting now, and we hope there's an ability to monetize skills and create microeconomies in remote villages.
So apart from Tanoti House, what are your other business ventures?
My hotel is a business venture, but my hotel is also my muse. It's an avenue for me to meet people who are different and exciting, and we meet them while they are traveling, so they are very relaxed. And it's a fantastic place for me to have good conversations, really, with guests from all sorts of backgrounds. I really enjoy the hotel business because of that. It's a complete departure from work.
Yeah. So through Tanoti House, you've been helping a lot of people, which is a lot of hard work. So what gives you pleasure?
My pleasure is to see that they have the ability to choose whether they can send their sick daughter to a clinic or to the hospital, whether they go to town by motorbike or by car, the fact that they have options. My other pleasure is to see them have pride in what they do, and we try to generate that pride. We submit work of our artisans for awards. We try to elevate them so that they can have a sense of ownership for their craft and have a sense of pride that they are custodians of their heritage from their craft. We have given a lot of opportunities for artisans to do that. We have brought artisans to Bangkok to receive awards for the ASEAN selection. We have also brought artisans for exhibitions. Girls who have never taken a flight in their lives would be in London for their first time flying abroad, or they see the Eiffel Tower. We have an artisan earlier this year who went to Hong Kong for the first time that she took a flight. So this sense of accomplishment personally, the fact that we enable this, and with this enablement, they have a sense of growing pride in the work that they do.
So Jacqueline, I believe that fabric is also one of Tanoti House product, right?
Yes, this fabric. This is what we do to revolutionize the ancient craft of songket weaving. We weave using very, very fine yarns. This one is filament silk. Filament silk is from the cocoon. You take the yarn out and it's unbroken. Every silk cocoon would have about 3,000 meters of silk filaments. And this is filament silk. We weave with metallic threads and using the ancient technique of songket weaving, and we make our designs very modern, as you can see.
Yeah.
So this is what we do at Tanoti. We make craft very relevant for today's market.
Yeah.
So that we can reach a wider audience and hopefully be able to enable craft to survive.
All right, that's beautiful. May I?
Yes. So what happens here at Tanoti is that our weavers will learn every single process of producing hand-woven songket entirely by hand.
Wow.
There is no shortcuts and there is no equipment in our workshop that is powered by electricity. We want traditional skills to survive, and we do it through the fingers of our artisans.
So Jacqueline, you've been doing a lot of amazing things. What can we expect from you?
I don't think I will rest until I can reach as many Sarawakian artisans so that I can help them and provide this service to them to intermediate between their skill and the market that wants to buy them.
So Jacqueline, in this modern world, there's so many self-centered people, but still you're helping many people out there, and that's very inspiring. So thank you very much for being our guest, and you're the woman who inspires me and many women out there. Thank you very much, Jacqueline.
Thank you very much to you.
Bung Bratak means Bratak Hill. It was once a large Bidayo hill settlement of 7 long houses. According to the Bidayo elders, Bung Bratak was the one and only original home in the olden days, perhaps 1,000 years ago. So, let the rural raven spread the wings. Mount Singai is visible in the distance and is normally covered by mist, and on a clear day it is possible to even catch a glimpse of Kuching and its surrounding areas. There are 2 routes leading up to Bung Bratak, and the one used for the May 1 climb is the route which was used by the original settlers to tend their rice fields at what it is now known as the village of Tembawang Sawo. For hundreds of years, the well-fortified and well-guarded Bung Bratak provided peace and security for the settlers. It was a rather prosperous settlement for the time, with lots of rice stock and valuable gongs and jars. This attracted many outsiders to attack the hill several times, but failed except once in May 1837. Hi, Dato.
Thank you.
It's a great honor and pleasure to be interviewing you.
Most welcome.
All right. So, Dato, can you please tell us a little about Bung Bratak?
Bung Bratak is an ancestral land of the Dayak Bidayu, particularly of the Jagoy Bratak group. From legends and stories and from our elders and historians, the first Bidayu who came to Bung Bratak was over 750 years ago from a place called Sungkong, now in Kalimantan Barat in Indonesia. From 700 over years ago until about 1841, the Bidayu at Bung Bratak here started to move downhill to the other 35 villages in Lunduk district and also in Bau district.
Wow.
And 5 of the kampong are in Kalimantan Barat now. At the back, at my back here, you can see we call it baruk in Bidayu, a traditional roundhouse, mainly for ceremonies and rituals for the Bidayu. Like what we did just now, we had a meeting here. This is part of the function of the baruk. Sometimes we have some ceremonies too. You know, in the past, this is used as if there is some problems in the village, this is the place where you settle your problems with the tuai rumah or the ketua kampung. Not everybody will be allowed to enter unless you are with me.
Okay.
Yes. So because there is some pantang, like some taboo about this roundhouse. This longhouse is a typical Bidayu longhouse, traditional but a bit modern because like the toilets and all this, it has to be a bit modern.
Correct.
But we keep as traditional as possible, so that is reflective of the Bidayu culture and tradition. If you see the traditional longhouse, the rooms are bigger. It's meant for a family, but this one is meant for 4 persons per room. This other longhouse is also traditional, but it's meant for modern things like conference and seminars, and also our mini museum and the office. Okay, let me say a little bit of our reception center hall. It is also traditional because in a Badayu culture, when guests are coming, you have to meet them first. Usually we offer them minum.
All right.
Yeah.
Because of its historical heritage and value to the Bidayuh community, the Dayak Bidayuh National Association has put up a memorial stone at Bung, Bratak in 1988. After 1988, on every 1st of May, thousands of Bidayuhs trek up to this ancient settlement. This is to pay homage to the old place of their ancestors. It is difficult to envisage and massacre the destruction of the thriving settlement of Bung Bratak more than 160 years before. The original 7 longhouses were burnt to the ground and the site is now overgrown with jungle. Despite the carnage that happened, the site now remains peaceful and serenity engulfs it. There are many legends associated with the place, although many that know of the legend are sadly gone. A nation's culture resides in the heart and soul of its people. Maintaining one's culture, traditions and values is beyond price. And the Sarawakian ladies are very much proud and appreciative of its multiple ethnic and values. Till I meet you again, I'm Karishma and this is Legends of Borneo.